everyone, to our first ever and hopefully ongoing Tech Power Up with EduTech. I'm Darcy Bakigard, Teacher Ambassador here at Prairie Public, and joining me is Kelly Rexine with EduTech. Thanks for being here today.
You bet.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your ed background and your title? Like, what do you do now with EduTech?
Sure. So I'm a K-12 IT specialist with EduTech. I serve the Southeast region. I used to be in Bismarck, and now I'm living in Castleton, and so serving the Southeast region. But realistically, we are statewide, so we help all the teachers in North Dakota. So basically, I train teachers on how to use technology in the classroom or how we can integrate technology in the classroom. So yeah, any kind of professional development session or workshops like that would be what I do.
Fantastic. So today we're going to do a little bit of tech training, and Kelly's going to school me on some things. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little skeptical here because we're starting with our first session is Microsoft Did You Know? And just some big did you know things about Microsoft. And I feel like I've been using Microsoft since I was, a sophomore in high school. Like this is 25 years, like no judgment, but like 25 years of Microsoft. So I'm excited to hear some of these things to just maximize my time, students' time in using the Microsoft suite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where do you recommend that we start?
So within K-12, EduTech provides every user with an Office 365 account. So if you are a PowerSchool user, which is a student or a teacher, you would have an Office 365 account. So I think we should just dive in there and look around. One thing that a lot of teachers and students don't know is that they get 5 downloads of the Office suite for free.
Teachers and students?
And
not
students.
Just teachers?
Yeah, every user, every K-12 user.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that simply because it's kind of hidden, and there's a lot of online features that we use all the time. So you just don't usually download that, but you do have 5 downloads of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all that kind of good stuff.
I love that students do too, because as we know, there are a lot of kids who might have different homes, like different places that they're working on things. And like you said, yes, they can always work in the cloud. They wouldn't need to be working, but if they're at grandma's house or at dad's house, mom's house, whose ever house, they have up to 5 licenses that they can download the whole suite to different computers. So they can always have access to this tool that they need for school.
Correct. Even if they don't have internet access, so I have to work on a document that I can save, and then I can bring to school to print off for my assignment or something like that. But it doesn't matter really where I'm at. I have access to the technology that you're provided with.
How do we find to access those downloads?
So I'm in my email right now. You can usually find this from anywhere, but if you go up to your little profile and you go down to my account, and then that will bring you into kind of another set of options, but it'll say right at the beginning, you can go there, or my installs in the bottom left here, but you can kind of go and you can click on install Office. You can see that I've installed it 4 times. You have 5 devices on a Mac or PC, and then 5 more on a tablet and smartphone.
5 smartphones?
Yep, so you can start something on your computer and then open it up on your cell phone and finish it there too.
So then to install it, I would just hit that install button.
Yep, and then even if we're on a PC now, it'll give me my options to install from a PC.
Sure.
But if I'm on a Mac, those options will change.
All right, well, I'm sold. So now I would say once I have my account set up, I would say for me, the thing that I know I'm going to use every single day is my Outlook account. So do you have any tips to help me maximize my email capacity and time?
Yeah, I guess kind of 2 things. One, there's the Bullhorn here up on the top right where we kind of went to our picture. And that's simply just what's new, something that's coming up, what's new. I really do like that they have, if you kind of scroll over it, they have this little GIF that shows you where to find it and how to use this kind of thing. So improve search. If you hover over it, it'll kind of show you exactly how you can improve or use the search option.
Do you have a sense of how often are there new things in the what's new?
Yeah, that and the what's new is actually new. So so it's fairly new, but I do like it. And then every time that I tell teachers about it, they're like, "Oh, that's kind of neat," because you don't usually click on those things on the top.
No,
top
and
right.
it's just handy.
Yep.
So that's just that bullhorn up at the top is kind of shouting out to us like the new features.
It's what's
here in
new?
Outlook.
Yep.
Okay.
The next thing right next to it is a lot of people don't use the help. You know, there's like, oh, you always got the help menu. So the question mark is your help, and it's got kind of great things within there, kind of like the bullhorn. But I would say a big thing within the help is that our help desk information is right there. They have their email and their phone number. So any user, if you're a K-12 user in the state of North Dakota, can use this service. Yep.
Do students have the question mark too?
Yep, every user has it. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
So if a kid is getting stuck and I don't know how to help them, it might not solve the problem during class right that minute, but they can send a question as well and hopefully get an answer.
Yeah, and it's usually something like, well, my 20 kids look like this, but there's one kid that looks like there's just something wrong with their account or something like that. So I would just send them a quick email. One last thing that I would like to show you with the email. So within any email, there's an option called Immersive Reader. So up on the top, you have the delete, the junk and all that kind of stuff.
Don't junk me.
Yeah. No, I won't. But you have these three little dots or ellipsis. So anytime you see that within Office 365, it always means there's more options. So when you click on that, there'll be a Show Immersive Reader. So when you click on that, it'll take you into more of a stripped out document where students or teachers or whoever within their email can go through and just kind of get the information that they want. There is a read aloud function. So there's a read aloud function. You can always click on the little settings there and speed it up, if you have a long email, or if you really, want to, or a female or male voice, if you're, you can be choosy that way.
This could even be handy at lunch. Like I'm getting my lunch out, and I want to listen to some of my emails and kind of get a sense of what's going on. I could actually just listen to this while I'm still getting something out of my desk. And
that's a good option.
That. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, good.
I'm all about maximizing my time. You've got 25 minutes to eat, pee, and probably catch up on something. So if this can read to me while I'm grabbing something else, that's a nice option for me.
And not only just reading to you, so you have some other preferences of, line spacing, some themes of, do I want to make it white or black or whatever like that.
We'll dive into Immersive Reader and how it functions on all Microsoft tools, but this is a nice little just reminder. It is here in Outlook now.
Yep. So I just hit the back button and now I'm at my Outlook.
Well, those are handy. I mean, some just very basic but very usable day-to-day tips for my Outlook. So, okay, so I do have stuff to learn. What should I know about Office and my Word documents? Like, what can help me maximize that time?
Yep. So again, I'm in my office. If I go up to my app launcher or Waffle here, you'll see Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those kind of good things. All those will live in your OneDrive. But if I open up a Word document, so there we go. So now you can see it's a really important document. But a couple things within Word that you can do is check for accessibility. So if a student or teacher or anybody has vision issues or can't hear or something like that, Microsoft has done a really great job of accessibility. So, and you can go and check your documents through accessibility. So you print out this document, or you create this document and you put this online. Well, is it accessible to everybody? One way that you can do that is you can go to Review and then check accessibility. So all I have to do is click on it, and then you'll see the accessibility checker say, oh, yep, you are complete. So anybody with vision or hearing or any type of disability would be able to read this document to them. Yep. One thing about accessibility, if I just go in here and I'm gonna insert a picture just to show you kind of what I mean by that. Let's go and search a picture. let's just put in an airplane. So I'm going to insert this picture, our image, but then if we were to put this online and it would start reading to us. Now we're going to recheck that. And it's probably going to give us, missing alternative text. Oh. So if I was blind and I'm trying to interact with this document, I wouldn't know that image is there. So it's going to read. It's going to basically just go ahead and read the whole document, but you're going to
miss that chunk of information.
Yes. Yep.
That if they're trying to read and get information from this, any information contained in that graphic.
Yep.
Is not going to be read to that person.
Yep, correct. So then, and simply it gives you instructions on how to do that, but all you have to do is put in alternative text and then describe what they are missing. So here is a picture of an airplane, or here is our third grade classroom on a field trip. So basically you're just giving that person the opportunity to see what is on the page.
So that's great. So check accessibility.
Yep.
We want to make sure that we're taking down barriers. And with the Immersive Reader feature built into so many things, these two things work really well together, it sounds like. This is making it, by checking the accessibility, we're ensuring that Immersive Reader is working to its maximum potential as well for students.
Yep. So another kind of thing that you can go into and look is if you go into Home, there is a Dictate feature. So you can go and dictate in different type of languages if you wish, but you can go and I'll just make a little space here. And then now it's dictating everything that I'm saying and putting this information on the document.
Oh my gosh. I can't tell you the number of times that I have gone over to a student who is staring at a blank page, who doesn't know what to say, and I will ask them, well, what do you want to say? And they will tell me frequently in beautiful sentences, like what they're thinking about and what they want to say. And I will say, well, type that. And there's still a jam. There is just a disconnect. How powerful that I could come over to their machine, click on that microphone and say, okay, tell me what you are thinking you want to write about. And it would be recorded down for them. And obviously, like, there's no punctuation there. So you do have to actually say like period. Sure. So there's still some editing that the student has to do, but that's really removing a whole barrier for them of just the mechanics, and also sometimes just that brain typing and writing. As an English teacher, writing is so much scarier for kids than just telling you what they're thinking.
Yes, and as a former third grade teacher, they don't know how to spell everything. So do I know how to spell rainbow and squirrel and all these kind of things? Well, why don't you just say squirrel and then I'll spell it out for you, or get your ideas down on a document and then we will go back and edit it how it should.
And now you can see squirrel and see how it is spelled. And so it's helping them learn the things that they don't know how. This is great. All right, so now I'm even more excited. So you've really sold me. So now the other thing that I use every day as a teacher is my PowerPoint. So are there things in PowerPoint that can also just make my life more lovely, like these tools would make my life more lovely?
So now I'm going to open up PowerPoint here, and this is a sample PowerPoint, but a lot of people don't know that they have add-ons, and add-ons can just make your PowerPoints more powerful and things that you can do with those add-ons. And like I said, a lot of people don't know that they are there because you go into insert and you put in, your pictures and that kind of thing. But again, if you go to the ellipsis, the little 3 dots, that will give you more options, and then you have add-ons in the bottom here. And you might notice that I'll have a couple of them they're already added, but you can always go into the store, or the add in more add-ins at the Microsoft Store, and then go find what really serves your purpose.
What are the add-ins that you have here?
So I got a couple of add-ins, actually 3, but the one that I really want to go into is Pear Deck. And
I love Pear Deck.
and it's new to Microsoft PowerPoint users. So it used to be only Google Slides, or Google Slides. So now this is fairly new, and getting that information out to teachers is great. So
I love that it even has that very clear description when you hover over it, because that's exactly what it does. It turns any PowerPoint presentation into an interactive formative assessment by putting your presentation on each student's device. And now you can interact with them using it. So if you click on the Pear Deck add-in, and you have to add it.
So I've already added it, so I won't click add, but that's basically how you do that. So you can add any add-ins here, and then add those to any type of PowerPoint that you have. So if I go back to my home, you can see that there's Pear Deck on the top right.
And then if you click on that, so the first time you click on that, it's going to ask you to log in. Because it needs to communicate and it needs to log in with your Microsoft account. But now what this allows you to do, and we're going to have a separate conversation about this too. So like Immersive Reader is coming, Pear Deck is coming, but just letting you know that it's here. You can add in multiple choice, web browsing, open-ended. You can just add in questions. So you have a couple slides and then you do a quick check. And I love it because it's anonymous. And so it allows students, like, you truly get a feel. So yeah, you can do a fist of 5 or a thumbs up, thumbs down, but kids are still visually seeing each other when you do that. And I always worry, I feel like by the time kids get to be juniors and seniors in high school, they're really done with looking stupid. And so they might not, if we do a fist of 5, they might not truly be telling me, I didn't understand a thing that you just said. But if I can do an anonymous, really quick check-in, I'm going to get some data that shows me, oh, no, they did not understand what I just said. So it can become a really powerful quick check. So this is, I'm so glad that this add-in is in PowerPoint now.
And another quick thing about this is that it's single sign-on, meaning if you have a K-12 account, you don't need another account. It's, you know, I have my user account. I just sign in using that same exact account that I was using with my OneDrive and email. I just use it with here too. So I don't need another
separate
account.
Pear Deck account. Okay, so I like just knowing, so if I need add-ons in general, I just want to review this for myself. I go to Insert, and then I click on the ellipses, and that's where I find add-ins in general. If I forget that, I can always click on the Tell Me What You Want to Do, the like little idea box, and I could type add-ins there, and then it's going to show me, like, help me find the add-ins there. So like if I can't find it through the insert, I can always just ask PowerPoint about it. And that's a big, you know, it's through every, you know, online Office 365 product is that little search, you know. So and a lot of people don't always use it or forget about it, but it is powerful. Like, where is this? And we'll click through Home, Insert, all of those things before we'll use that little box up there and just type in what they need. So. Let's wrap up today with just the Microsoft Forms. So what else can just help me make forms more enjoyable for myself, for my student? So again, we're at our app launcher. Forms is within here. If you don't see that, it's going to be within all apps. You have tons of there. But yeah, so if we start a new form or a new quiz, let's say a new quiz, we add something, say we're going to add a text box. A couple of things that we have new, or they have new, is you can always go to the themes, and then you can pick any type of theme that you'd like. So it just kind of puts it in there for you. Yeah. So it kind of gives you those stock photos. If you scroll down, again, if you don't like the photo, you can do a different color. There's some clip art photos. And then there's also a way that you can add in your own photos or your own colors. You can search from Bing, you can search from your OneDrive, or upload any photos that you have on your computer. So if you have a question and then you add in an answer, you can make this answer a math quiz or a math answer. So if I click on math,
And now that student will have more of a calculator or math symbols to answer. And a lot of math teachers ask me about that, like, well, you can't have the less or greater and sign or that kind of thing. I'm like, well,
Actually,
yeah,
you can because of this. That is a very nice feature.
And you can always see your responses. So you have your questions and your responses, so you can always see responses for there. And then you can preview. Like, we don't have too much going on there, but here's how it would look on a computer. Here's how it would look on a mobile device.
I'm sold. There's a lot of new things, as always, in the waffle, new things to explore and find. You work for EduTech. What support in general is available for teachers as part of just, you said that that's your job, is you do support for teachers, you do training. So what support is available for teachers in general?
So we have online classes, we have face-to-face classes. We have a lot of partners that we've partnered with in the last year or so. Two of those partners would be NYSERC and code.org. And those two partners really have empowered us to get computer science out to teachers and students. So this whole year we'll have code.org at the elementary level, K through 5. We'll have monthly workshops that they can sign up for free, and then they get all the curriculum and support from us for free.
That's amazing.
So they can start using code.org within their classroom. Yeah.
Yeah, an hour of code being in December.
Yep.
So we have a lot of time that people could learn more about the why would I even want to do coding with students, all the way up to how can I maximize this coding.
Yep.
So where can we find that information?
So our website is the best way to find that information, is www.edutech.nodac.edu.
Okay.
Usually we have banners of the things that are new, and so just go click on those banners. So that's a little bit more of the elementary side. NYSERC is a little more on the middle school and high school side. So in the fall, now we're in fall, but in the fall we're going to do high school workshops with using computer science with the new CyberBot, how to program robots with their Parallax computer science curriculum. And then in the spring we'll do middle school. So yeah,
fantastic. So
all for free.
That's the craziest thing, right? So it's all free. So in
Yeah.
addition to that question mark and the help desk that you can contact at any time if you need support for yourself, for your students in your classroom, there are also all of these other classes. So check out EduTech. The web address is here on the screen, and when we're done, there will be some additional contact information for how to reach out to Kelly, how to reach out to me. Because anything that we can do, I think I speak for both of us when I say anything that we can do to make your life easier, more productive, and to make students more engaged, efficient, and connected in the classroom, we're here for you. We've got your back. So thanks for being here and sharing these Microsoft Did You Knows. And we will be back with another Tech Power Up with EduTech.